People are forgetting that you're only living once. So why the f are you being a Jane and not getting the facial piercings or the tattoos or the haircut that you wanted or the hairstyle that you've always wanted? The hair color? Fucking get it. The clothes you've always wanted to wear? Fucking wear it. And it's always the people that are suppressed themselves and feel like they don't have the freedom to be their own individual themselves that are telling me what I should do. Fuck off! People are forgetting that you're only living once.
Anybody want to let her know why we don't get facial piercings like that? Oh my goodness. It ain't because we care about other people's opinions. Goodness gracious, man. You can't make this stuff up.
I don't know if you guys are getting more videos about it, but like we're starting to discuss how, how patriarchy also harms men, like deeply harms them. One of the ways that I would argue, my hypothesis, is that circumcision is one of those ways. It's the time that the mother was supposed to protect the child at the most vulnerable place, at the most vulnerable time. And then we do that. And I don't know if you guys know this, but they make buku money off of that, right? Like it's not just skin. It's not just nerve endings. It is informational bits and pieces and healing parts, right? So we're going to realize that. And that's where they also get the deep resentment and hatred from the women, right? But yeah, and then, okay, just letting you guys know, like, you do realize that you are working 60 to 50 years of your life to uphold capitalism. All of us are, right? Okay. Yeah, patriarchy is bad for everybody. I don't know.
To uphold capitalism, you're working 60 years of your life. So you'd rather be a slave asking for handouts. Oh my goodness. These folks continuously try to tell us how bad capitalism is, but they won't go to a place like Venezuela. Anyway. And then a chick is trying to tell men about our dicks. Okay. Interesting how that works, but of course it's a liberal, so I'm not shocked.
I cannot do it anymore. Your inability to care about others is exhausting. I'm tired of being the only one screaming. I'm tired of being the only one that cares.
Then stop screaming.
Kids who don't know English at all. Parents being taken from them. Dropped off at school. Can't get access to education. Can't get access to healthcare. Look around. Your privilege of just saying, oh, just focus on what affects you. You're a privileged fuck. You're remedial. You don't care about other people and wonder why the world sucks. And then
actually, I do. And I care about Americans and America first. We have a lot to fix in our own home before we even think about trying to fix somebody else's. So that is a lie. 100% a lie. And if you care so much, then why don't you go to some of these countries that they're coming from and help them fix the problem in their country? How about that? And if you're so tired of yelling and screaming, well then stop yelling and screaming. Last time I checked, this isn't rocket science. It's quite simple. Stop screaming. Carry on.
you look at people like me who's telling you, hey, I'm stressed out because I have to be the only one who cares because you don't. I'm stressed because you don't care. You want to be an American and not give about anybody else but yourself. You don't care. I want to be a teacher because I care. Telling me I just need to chill out and I don't need to worry about, that's a privilege that you have. I don't work like that.
Bro, I'm glad I'm not a liberal, bro. Because this got to be a miserable existence. So check this out. Check out the scene. It looks like she's got her phone propped up on her steering wheel. She's crying, yelling, and screaming and telling us that she can't calm herself down because other people aren't doing something that she wants us to do. So her own happiness, her own fulfillment in life is dependent upon somebody else doing something. That's got to be a miserable existence. My goodness. My goodness. Woo! That's got to be terrible.
I don't take my privilege and fucking run with it. I stay here and help people who need it, not you. So that's why I'm tired. That's why I'm stressed. That's why I'm depressed. That's why I'm anxious. We have fucking people not from this country being kidnapped.
Hold on, what'd you say? Say that again. People from where?
From this country being kidnapped. People not from this country.
People not from this country. She said it out of her own mouth. See, if you just let some of these folks talk, sometimes they'll actually tell you the truth. People not from this country. And if sending them back to the country that they're from, because as you said yourself, they're not from this country. So if sending them back to their home country is kidnapping them, well, then so be it. If that's the case, if that's what y'all want to continue to run with, they're being kidnapped. Okay, fine. We'll use your terminology. They're being kidnapped. And we're kidnapping them and sending them back to their own country. Because as you said yourself, out of your own mouth, in the midst of all of your yelling and screaming and ranting, they're not from here. You said that. Not me. Carry on.
Being kidnapped! Our students are falling behind literacy-wise. And you are just telling a future educator, get the fuck over it! Get over it! Are you serious?
Can't save everybody, I guess. You know, my goodness. Like I said, that's got to be a miserable existence. A miserable one. Sheesh Louise.
Like, I have a question. Like, how does everyone, maybe not everyone, but how are people celebrating Christmas? Like, how are you acting like you're jolly?
Because we are. Jesus is the reason for the season. But carry on.
I worked my whole life to be a journalist, to be a writer. I moved to Los
See, that's your problem. That's your problem. You're talking about something completely different than what Christmas is actually about. You're about to get into the money aspect. I'm assuming she lost her job, right? That's not the reason why we're happy. Okay? Once again, I'm going to say it one more time for you. Jesus is the reason for the season. Maybe once you realize that, you'll be a little more, you'll have a little more joy in your life, right? But carry on.
Angeles, because I got a job. I had over a decade-long career until AI and every major company has been laying off people every day ever since. And now I went from having a full independent life in Los Angeles to living in Trumper, Pennsylvania with my parents at 35 with no way out. I do everything I can to get a job, and the only things I can do are Uber Eats, where people don't want to tip anymore and make that the service workers' problem instead of the CEOs or the government. It's dangerous.
Yeah, that's your problem. Once again, as liberals always do, they're pointing the finger at somebody else instead of pointing the finger at themselves. The only job I can get is Uber Eats. No, that's not true. There's a million different jobs out there, including things you can start on your own. And you're telling me the only thing you can do is that? Really? I have a hard time believing that. I really do. Now, maybe, your hair color might create a few issues in a few different jobs. If we're just being honest, right? We know how these liberals are. I can almost guarantee you that there are companies out there who see an individual like this, they'll smile, right? They'll smile and be courteous and everything, and the interview will seem to go well, and in the back of their minds, they're like, yeah, no, we ain't hiring that person, bro. That is a problem right there. That's a problem. And that is liberals, that's your own fault. It's your own fault. When y'all want to get on the internet and start ranting and raving and screaming and yelling and calling people phobe this, phobe that, it's this and it's that, and it's just like, bro, companies ain't try to deal with that. You here to work. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourselves.
I live in Pennsylvania, where basically everyone who orders is down some scary back road. If it's raining or snowing, you're literally risking your life to drive down a driveway that's like 2 miles long in the dark, don't even have the porch light on, thinking this might be the day that I die, because this person might be a serial killer and might know they can just lure some poor driver out to the backwoods and just kill them, and no one would ever know or care. And I guarantee you Uber wouldn't work with the cops to help you find me either. And then I get a part-time job.
So where are all of these cases of that happening then? And if you're so worried, maybe you shouldn't be a liberal and, use this thing called the Second Amendment and carry around something that I call the Great Equalizer. Because it doesn't matter how small or how big you are, the Great Equalizer equalizes everything. We're all on the same playing field when you have one of those things, if you know what I mean. Okay? Doesn't matter how big, how short, how fat, how skinny, whatever. Whether you're black or you're white, the equalizer is the equalizer. We on the same playing field, baby. Maybe you should get one. Or actually, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know.
That said it had full-time options, doesn't. And I was like, finally, I can start saving some money so I can get out of here. And every paycheck is nothing. I feel like I work all the time. I don't see friends. I don't hang out. I don't do anything. I don't buy things. I have no life except for work. And my paychecks are gone. I get it on Friday or on Wednesday. It's gone by Friday. I have to borrow money just so my bank account isn't empty, which then is just takes away my whole paycheck the next time I get paid. And my parents are mad at me because I'm depressed, because this is my life now. What is the point of anything? Doesn't matter if you work hard. Doesn't matter if you do everything you're supposed to. Doesn't even matter if you get a job, because guess what? That job doesn't have to give you hours. What is...
Yeah, I see the problem here. I see it. Do y'all see the problem here? I see it. Mm-hmm.
The point of interviewing multiple times and going through training, if they can just give you a 9-hour shift and then it ends up actually only being a 4-hour shift and that's your whole paycheck, doesn't matter. Oh, just apply to something else. Guess what? No one is hiring. Our unemployment rates are like the highest they've ever been, despite what Trump says, despite what Fox News says.
That's a lie.
There's literally no option.
Okay, well then, I guess you're just assed out. You're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle in sight. Sorry, don't care, bro. And one of y'all had said something. I think it was yesterday. It was like, bro, how do you watch this kind of stuff every day without just losing it? And I don't know. Maybe that was one of those moments where I was just like, yeah, don't care. All you're doing is blaming Trump, blaming Republicans, oh, Fox News, oh, blah, 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 oh, woe is me. oh, it's everybody else's fault except for my own. Yeah. Maybe that was one of those moments where I was just like, yeah, all right, bro. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Come on. Goodness gracious. These people just haven't learned. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else and point it at yourself. Everybody has fallen upon hard times in life before. And you know what the rest of us did, especially us on the right? We dust ourselves off. We get back up. And we keep it trucking. Right? We figure it out. We don't cry. We don't complain. We don't mope around. We don't just lay there on the ground crying and complaining. No, we get our asses back up and we get back to work. We lace our boots up, suit up, and get back to work. These liberals out here, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. They won't do this, but they didn't do that, and they did this, and Trump did that, and Republicans are bad, and this is bad, and my parents are bad, I live in a trip. It's like, come on, shut up. Shut up. Goodness gracious. Like I said before, being a liberal has to be miserable. Genuinely. Part of me honestly feels a little bad for him because I'm like, yo, that can't be life. Waking up every day to whine about something else. It's like a child. It's like, my goodness, bro. Genuinely, like a little child. Wake up just to whine. Oh man. Y'all get in the comments, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Lefties losing it once again. My goodness. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.